Hey guys, it's Ruthie here. I am getting ready to make a quick snack for game day. This is something really quick and easy. You can probably find this on Pinterest somewhere. I don't know, or something like this on Pinterest. I'll say it like that. I'm going to be using some Steakums, and I'm using 3 packs of this. I'm going to be using Monterey Jack cheese because I want the jalapenos that are in here. I want that kick from it. I'm going to be using 1 bell pepper. 1 medium-sized onion, but all I have is 2 small, so I'm using 2 small, but 1 medium-sized onion. I'm going to use a little bit of garlic salt, onion powder, and what's left of my steak seasoning that I have for the steakum. I'm using the garlic salt so that way it takes care of the salt factor as well, and I don't have to salt. And I am going to be using a loaf of French bread as well because this is going to be a Philly cheesesteak my way, like a pizza bread, but Philly bread my way. So let me get started here and stop talking. And first thing I have to do is dice up my pepper and my onions. So let me make room over here. And let me get my garbage bowl over here. I have a garbage bowl. I got this from Dollar Tree. It makes life so much easier where I don't have to run back and forth to the garbage can and I don't make a huge mess because right there is my garbage. So I'm just going to slice up my onions actually because I want them, because I'm going to saute them or grill them. And I'm going to do the same with the bell pepper to make them a little soft. So then that way when I put them in the oven, the only thing I'm doing is really melting cheese, and that's about it. I'm not cooking because everything should be cooked already. So this onion is going to give me difficulties, of course. Fighting with the onion, guys. There we go. So the only thing I'm going to do is I cut it in half first, and I didn't cut this side off very well. And I'm just going to make thin slices. That's all I'm doing. Nothing fancy. Just make sure your knife is sharp enough to go through the onion quick, so that way you don't cut yourself. So you can use probably a mandolin on this as well. I just didn't feel like pulling my mandolin out. I actually like chopping. For me, chopping my food is relaxing. So I'm going to get this cut up. And I will cut the other one in a second. And then I'm going to do the same with the green pepper. Just cut the top off. Save that because that can be used. I'm just going to de-seed this pepper in my garbage bowl. That came right out. So just taking out the I forget what it's the membrane. Oh, onion is strong. Woo, very strong. So the only thing I'm going to do with the pepper, same concept as the onion. I'm going to slice this, and I'm going to remove any of the white part because the white is actually bitter, and I don't want the bitterness. So I'm just going to slice these thinly, and then I'm going to saute them. So, and this is all I'm going to do for my vegetables. And so let me finish cutting these up, and then I will show you the next step. Okay guys, I am now getting ready to saute my vegetables. I put about a tablespoon of oil in the pan. I just heated it up, and now I'm just going to pour my vegetables in and let them start sauteing until they are tender. And my flame is on medium-high. I'm just going to saute just a little bit so they're We like our we do like the crunch in the vegetable, but we don't want it like raw. So I'm just gonna saute it probably for about 10 minutes. I'm gonna season this because you should season every layer as you go. So I'm gonna put just a little bit of salt, maybe half a teaspoon, if that. I'm gonna put I don't know, 1/8 of pepper, or pretty much salt and peppers to your taste, but kind of rounding what I'm doing right now. And I'll put a little bit of onion powder in here, just a little bit, and give this a stir. And as you're stirring, just break up the vegetables so that way they're not all joined together. So I'm going to continue cooking this until they are soft, and I will show you the next step at that point. Okay, I pulled the vegetables out. They were done. Sorry, I forgot to film that part, but they were done. They were very soft, or soft enough where they still have bite to it, but I took those out. I now have to steak them in the pan. I did not put no extra oil because this is a non-stick. So there was still that like oil texture at the bottom, so I just broke up all the pieces and threw it in here. This does look like a lot, but it will, it will cook down. And you just keep breaking it up as you turn. And what I need to do now is actually put my seasonings in. So I'm going to put the garlic salt in. Now I'm using this as my salt factor, so probably about a teaspoon and a half, because this is a lot of meat right now. My onion powder, same thing. I will have full measurements of this on my blog, and that will be linked below, and you can go get the full measurements. And then my steakhouse seasoning. And I got this seasoning from Aldi, and it's fantastic. You have to try it. It is fantastic. I'm just going to, you know what? I'm going to open up the lid. There's just a little bit in here, and I'm going to finish it off. And I'm going to give this a good stir. I'm losing pieces over the side. Not good. So I'm going to continue cooking this until it is done, no longer pink. And it doesn't take that long because this was already, it's so thin and it's like pre-chopped already, so it takes, I don't know, maybe 5-10 minutes to cook it. So I will come back when this is done, and then we move on to our next step. Okay, I'm getting ready to put this, my Philly cheesesteak bread in the oven. So I'm preparing a sheet pan with aluminum foil, and I'm just going to give it some spray with some olive oil. It's just regular olive oil spray, nothing fancy. And I got 2 sheets of pan actually ready because I got 2 slices, so I will make sure I have enough pan coverage for it. The next thing I'm going to do is I slice my loaf in half. I'm going to actually pinch out just a little bit of the middle, not a whole lot. I'm not going to like have it where it's all caved, but I'm going to pinch just a little bit out so that way my meat will sit inside and it'll give more extra room for the meat. And this bread I'm actually going to toast and put on a baking sheet and actually make breadcrumbs out of. So let me just put this on a paper plate because I will make my own breadcrumbs because that's what we do. I think this is good enough for the middle. I just want enough where it sits down in it and it's not going to puff up. So here's the bread. Got a little bread mess right here, but that's okay. So the first thing I'm going to do to my bread is actually I'm going to give it a little brushing with olive oil. And so this way It gives a little extra crunch, a little extra flavor, and it will also stay a little moist, because I don't want it to get so crispy where, you know, you're breaking your teeth on the bread. So this looks good. That looks really good. So the next thing I'm going to do is actually put some meat in, and the meat is all cooked and it's all crumbly. So I'm just going to put some of the meat in the middle, like so. This is why I wanted to create a little cave or a little well in it, so that way the meat could sit somewhere and it doesn't fall off the bread so easily. This is going to be great. All your guests that come over for game day is going to love this. Trust me. This is going to be so meaty, cheesy, ooey, gooey. Okay, so that looks like it's about enough meat. Maybe put a little bit more right here. So that looks like it's enough meat for this. I'm then going to... Hold on. Okay, so my husband just stepped into the kitchen and said, "Where's the beef?" So I am going to add a little bit more meat since he thinks this needs to be filled to the top. So I'm going to fill it as much as I can fill it without having it fall all over the place. And I think this is actually good enough. And I got enough for the other loaf as well. Next I'm going to do is spread on my peppers and onions that we had cooked earlier, and these smell so delicious. Oh my goodness. Let me get some onions on here, some more peppers. I just love the way peppers smell when they're roasted and cooked, sauteed. They just smell, they have a great smell. Then finally I need my cheese, which I'm going to layer on top.
Action.
Okay. My husband just came in here bossing me around, telling me he wants to see more meat. Him and the guys are going to get on my nerves. I'm trying to be nice and make something for game day, and you know what? They're getting on my nerves. So I'm going to put a little bit more meat on top, because that's what they want. Men want meat. Okay, so just putting a little bit more on top. Try not to lose anything. And then now I'm going to put some cheese on top, and I'm doing my Monterey Jack. That's already sliced. And I'm going to break it in half and just go across like so. I think this one's a little thicker than the others, so this way when it melts, it'll melt across and it'll be nice and ooey and gooey. And then the Monterey Jack actually gives a little bit of heat because it has peppers in it. So this is going to be so nice. So nice. The guys are going to like this. So I am going to stick this on my first sheet that I did. And then I'll move to the next one, because I have 2 of these loaves that I have to do. And then my second loaf, I'm just going to take out a little bit of the inside of the bread. And I got a plate over here so that way I can make croutons out of this, because I'm not throwing this away. Oh, I can't wait to try this. This is going to be so yummy. Okay. So I got this. I'm going to finish off whatever meat I have left in here in my bowl. And just put this dead in the middle. Just like so. Okay. If you hear any noise in the background, it's the hungry guys looking for something to snack on. And chips and dip ain't enough. So I'm trying to make something more meatier. And what is better than Philly cheesesteak bread? Okay, I don't have that much left, so let me just try to put everything on this right here. Okay. Next thing I'm going to do is put my green onions and my green peppers and green onions, not green onions, green peppers and green onions on top, like so. Now everything is cooked, so it's not going to take that long in the oven. It's just mainly just melting the cheese. Let's put some more of this stuff on top of here. Let's load it up. Some more green peppers. Okay. And then I'm going to add a little bit more meat because I have just a little bit more meat left. Just like so. And I'm making a mess, and I'm trying not to make a mess, but it's not working. Smells really good just right now as is. It smells wonderful. These guys are lucky. Okay, so I think that's good enough with the meat. I'm going to put some cheese on now. I'm going to do the same as before. I'm just going to take the slice and cut it in half and just drape it over like so. Hopefully you can see this. And when it melts in the oven, it's just going to ooze all over the place, so it's going to be fantastic. One more slice I think should do it. Just like so. Okay, and then I'm going to put this on. Oh, you know what? I forgot to put the olive oil on this bread, but oh well, that's fine. We're just going to keep on going. So, got this now on the sheet pan, and I'm going to stick this in a 300, hold on, let me check the oven, I forgot what I put it on. A 400-degree oven for about 5 minutes. The only thing we're doing is just melting the cheese. That is it. So about 5 minutes in a 400-degree oven, and I will be back to show you the final results. Okay guys, they just came out the oven and they look fabulous. My husband came in here and took a sneak peek, and he wants to eat right now, but I have to give them at least 10 minutes to cool down so they don't burn their mouth on the cheeses. But the men are loving this and they want to eat it right now. So if you want a good game day, quick and easy food, try this recipe, and I will leave all the links down below. And so if you want the recipe for this Philly cheesesteak bread for game day, I will leave the link the link below for my blog site, and it'll have all of your measurements for this recipe. So happy cooking for game day.